Hey guys, I guess that's a question for you. We ain't gonna be long, just a couple of questions I want to ask you guys about your experience in Pan-African Judo. Really appreciate y'all taking out some time out y'all day to come out and do this with us. We got Brother Jacob right here, Brother Malik, and we're just gonna talk about y'all experience in Pan-African Judo. We know we got Sensei Shabazz that has invested a lot of time and energy into what's going on here at Pan-African Judo. So again, appreciate y'all taking some time out of y'all Sunday to come do this for us. Got a couple questions I'm gonna ask you guys, maybe 3 or 4 questions at the most. I'll give you guys a chance to elaborate on them. Gonna start on the left simply because we read from left to right, but we ain't necessarily got to finish in that order. So you guys just be comfortable, relax, be yourselves. If the question needs to be repeated, feel free to ask me to repeat that question or even give some clarity to it. First question, guys, I want to ask you is how has your experience at Pan-African Judo influenced, your confidence, your approach to problem solving? We live in a society today where a lot of people don't know how to solve problems, and we know that Pan-African Judo gives you a level of awareness and calmness and peace in terms of solving problems. So how does it help you be a confident individual, confident young man, and how you deal with your problems that you may face every day?
Confidence-wise, Coach Shabazz, he taught me how to fight, so nobody's really gonna do anything to me that's gonna scare me. Feel me? And at the same time, on problem solving, he gave me a chance to stop and look at the situation and come up with a plan and execute that plan to the fullest extent.
Right on, brother Malik. Same question to you, man. Problem solving, confidence. You walk around campus. Now, you're doing your thing. You're off of college on your own, right? So, before it goes for both of y'all. So, that's a lot for a young man to be in that arena on his own, dealing with a lot of different people. How did Pan-African Judo help you out as well?
Yeah, at college, people like to act like they in a gang or whatever. Like they try to act as hard as possible for the people around them. But for me, I don't have to act like that. But I know if somebody tries something with me, that I can defend myself and I don't have to stress about it. Or I don't have to make it seem like I'm something I'm not.
Yeah, I like that. So basically, another question I would add to that was how you apply those principles. Be the example of a new African. I'm an African warrior. No excuses, just results. All those things that you guys grew up reciting, and you still recite when you attend Pan-African Judo, right? So we understand that your attitude at college, your attitude at your university, what values do you have? You spoke earlier about, peer-to-peer communications, Brother Jacob. Expound on that a little bit for people who may be interested in Pan-African Judo.
For Pan-African Judo, Coach Shabazz tries to treat everyone as an equal. So for a while, when me and Malik were starting out, he was way better than me. So every time I would get thrown or beat, Coach Shabazz would pick me up and be like, "Hey, you just gotta keep training, do what you gotta do." It taught me how to communicate with my teammates because we could all grow as a team and we all train together. We all could give each other, strategies or techniques
And make each other better.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not a power struggle. Everybody's equal. There's no power struggle. So if you're better than one person, you just help them get better to the same level you're at. And it's the same way for everybody.
And somebody might be better at one thing, and the person that's better at this thing could teach the other person, and vice versa.
How you deal with that everyday life, when you're dealing with people who come together at college, so they come from different backgrounds, Some people got a little bit more, parents may have a little bit more wealth than others, things of that nature. So we're talking about values right now, right? Instilling values. That's what discipline and having some type of cultural understanding is all about. That's what Pan-African Judo is about. It's a cultural thing as well. So we implement not only what Pan-African Judo does for us and our ability to defend ourselves, but how it helps us communicate and how we deal with others. Can you share a little bit about that?
it helps you be like less judgmental because like say you go to a judo tournament, somebody could be bigger than you and they could look stronger than you. You might get like intimidated. Then when y'all both get on the mat and you win, it's like you didn't expect to beat that person just because they was bigger than you. And that like if you go out in public just because somebody look a certain way, like it's like you can't just judge them just because how they look.
Also, Pan-Afrikan Judo taught me how to be open-minded about a lot of stuff. There's nothing really you can't learn from another person. Like he said, you can't really judge nobody. You can't stereotype nobody. So it could be the most broke down person like you've ever met in your life, but you can still learn something from them. So Pan-Afrikan Judo just taught me how to have an open mind. That's about all I can really say about it.
Yeah, and you never know what somebody like going through or whatever. So like anything you say that could be like disrespectful, it might actually hurt them because you don't know what they're going through.
So one of the other things, fellas, that we deal with in life, because we're talking about how Pan-Afrikan Judo, helps us navigate, right? You know what I mean? Not just on the mat, how we navigate, throughout the diaspora, in our everyday activities. So winning and losing. So sometimes you win in the tournament, sometimes you're gonna lose the tournament, right? Every now and then you may get a draw, which is a tie. Sometimes life don't give us those options though. We win, we lose. Some people in life look at losing as, the final point to whatever task or endeavor they're trying to reach. How has Pan-Afrikan Judo taught you to deal with the winning aspect of it and the losing aspect, and how you apply those things in not only just in tournaments, but how you apply those things in life?
Well, Coach Shabazz never let me get a big head off of my victories. So during tournaments, even when I was doing spectacular, he would always keep me grounded and say, you gotta work on this, work on that, or do this better, or twist your hips a little bit more. And so I feel he taught me how to be humble towards success and learn from my failures, because when me and him used to work together, he would always throw me when I was messing up. So it was failure is more of a learning situation to me, at least.
Yeah, and even if you win, like it's always something you can improve on. Like you never just do anything perfect. Like there's always a mistake in there somewhere. You might have got lucky and barely won, or the person you fighting against could be like they just now learning. But either way, you could still learn something from it.
Earlier, when the camera wasn't rolling, I think that's kind of good, because that's what people need to know as well. It's not just what we do on the mat. You know what I'm saying? It's what we take from the mat into life. Because everything we do is a mat. You know what I'm saying? Everything we do is a tournament, is a competition. Whether it's with ourselves, whether it's against this test, to determine, if we studied it well enough. So the whole thing is how am I taking? You may not always know it, so it's a time to reflect. You may not always know when you're using the principles that you have gotten from competing and from learning, but it's there. All right, appreciate y'all, man. Good answers, man. Good responses, rather, to exactly, the influence of confidence and problem solving. One of the things, applied principles, right? We get principles in life. Can you tell us how Pan-Afrikan Judo help you in your studying, or the values that's instilled in you, while you off at college and just everyday life? How's Pan-Afrikan Judo giving you a foundation to build on with the values that you operate in under every day?
I think I kind of clarified that in the first question as to when I said planning is like the number one thing that you can really do that Coach Baz has taught me and Malik. But values-wise, respect is always number one. You know, if you don't got respect, you know, then you're not gonna go nowhere. But through everyday life, you know what, Malik, I think you should answer that because I'm not doing too good on that.
I think one of the bigger values is discipline, like knowing when to do something and when not to do something. Like, say a teacher leaves a room or something and your whole class starts getting loud or whatever. But you know, like, you discipline so you can just do what you was gonna do anyway, or just focus on your work while everybody else acting up. And the teacher come in and recognize that, and they have like more respect for you.
So that brought something like that, put some things into perspective for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you think you want to kind of add on? Now you talking about
not really, because
right?
he hit the
nail
the points.
There you go. Yeah, understood, man. Understood. Appreciate that. Appreciate y'all. You know, that's that vibe that Pan-Afrikan Judo creates. You brothers have, you know, been on the mat together, and you're able to go back and forth with one another. That's a beautiful thing. So his answer is your answer, just like his victory is your victory, because y'all on the same team. As well as if you lose, he experiences that loss with you, right? So one of the things, you know, last question I want to get from you brothers, share with us, you know, like what's your most memorable moment at Pan-Afrikan Judo? You know, funny moment, you know, serious moment, teachable moment, whatever that may be. You know, one of the things that stands out to you that when you my age, you know, 51 years old one day, you're going to still remember that about Pan-Afrikan Judo.
Listen, I mean, it's kind of hard to pick one, but I say, like, before we had all this, schools in my garage, and yeah, it's either super hot or super cold, but when like everybody comes to class at one time and we all just like, yeah, like we're training and we do this King of the Hill thing, and if you win against somebody, you stay on the mat, and if you lose, you go to the back of the line. And that was one of my favorite things to do. See how long I could stay at the top.
Look, yeah, I lose on purpose though.
You get tired.
But my favorite memory from the sweatbox, bro, was that first day I ever went in. It was him and like 5 other dudes, and they all just stared at me the whole time. And then when we got to fighting, I never fought that hard in my life, ever. But I'm sorry, I'm gonna break the rules. I got like 2 favorite ones. That was my first one, and then one time me and Coach Shabazz was doing some work, and me and him went so hard that the skin on my knuckles came off. I don't know why it stuck out to me, but it's just funny to me, because it's like, yo, like you would think you would quit after like your knuckles would stop, but we went like 2 more hours.
You don't even notice.
Don't. But we had some great memories, and that's what the box, bro. I'm glad that where we're at now is like, it's perfect, and we're gonna go even farther. But at the same time, it's like these kids don't know what work is until they step foot in the sweatbox.
Yeah, I appreciate you brothers, man. And guess what? Sensei Shabazz probably gonna have to let some brothers go through that crucible and go through that sweatbox, you know, back in that garage. So we really appreciate y'all taking the time to really share genuinely the benefits of Pan-Afrikan Judo, and it's a family, and once you're a part of it, you're always going to be a part of it. Would you agree?
I guess.
Appreciate y'all, man.
All right, thank you.
Brother Shabazz, Sensei Shabazz, you know, man, it's been, young brothers did a great job answering questions, students, for life, I'm sure. But it seemed like yesterday I met you, man, and the reality is it's been over 10 years since we first met each other and had a common bond almost immediately. You know, before Pan-African Judo actually. So I remember the concept, but what? How did you come up with it? First of all, the concept of Pan-African Judo. Share that with with the people who are listening and what it means to you and how you envisioned it and what you see for it going forward.
I came up with the concept of Pan-African Judo because my whole mindset is Pan-Africanism, which is having a brotherhood with Africans all over the globe, wherever we are. Wherever we are, we Africans. So as far as the Pan-African Judo, I wanted to use Pan-African Judo as a vehicle to reach children, to be able to reach other brothers and try to build a mindset and a brotherhood with the young children and the adults through our training. And so Pan-African Judo is more of the mindset, but we do judo. Our martial arts is judo. So
I remember, Brother Shabazz, when we had Koyamba and the transition process, man. Where we are today, where you are today with Pan-African Judo. What do you see for the future of Pan-African Judo? From perspective of when you talk about brotherhood throughout the diaspora, using you created this specifically for that purpose, for Black people, for African people. Where do you see it going in the future, man?
Man, I see big things for Pan-African Judo, especially considering the fact that basically wherever we at, we doing judo. You got brothers doing judo in France, which is France is a big place where judo is done. In fact, probably the best judo person that ever did judo is Teddy Reiner, a Black guy who lives in France. But France got all kind of Africans that's in judo, and they basically taking over. But basically all the countries in Africa do judo, and so as far as Pan-African Judo, man, I see us creating a brotherhood with brothers all over the continent. Cuba got judo, brothers in Cuba. Wherever we are, we doing judo. So I see that as a common language for us. And
like that.
whether we doing wrestling, like we do in Senegal, the principles of judo are in the wrestling. And so we can do judo without a gi on or no gi. So it's basically wrestling. We just using the word judo, but man, we've been doing judo since we was born. Everybody I know been wrestling in the yard, in the park, wherever we go, we wrestling, but not understanding the concepts and the principles of it. But man, just want to use Pan-African Judo to just extend our hand out to the world. And I got little kids that's coming up who don't know nothing about Africa, but the fact that we use Pan-African Judo, they start to understand the concept of Africa.
Right. So it gives young people who probably in most settings wouldn't even probably identify as African. They probably say I'm Black,
yes, sir.
I'm African American. But being in Pan-African Judo, with the mantras that you have, I'm an African warrior.
Right.
Be the example of the new African.
Yes,
I appreciate, personally, I'm pretty sure the students do as well, that you have that same mantra for anybody that comes to your class.
Yes, sir.
So if they come into Pan-African Judo, regardless of their nationality, they're gonna have to adhere to the mantras. And I always have to appreciate that, respect that, because you aren't changing what it's about for any one particular student. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, you want to tell people where they can come, the training schedules and things of that nature. for Pan-Afrikan Judo?
Yes, sir. Our training schedules Monday, Wednesday, and Saturdays. Mondays and Wednesdays from 6 to 7 for children, 7 to 8 for adults. Saturdays from 10 to 11:30 for children, 11:30 to 1 for adults. Man, we is trying to create that brotherhood for Africans. I feel like I'm sent here for black people. So my main goal is to teach black children and give them something that they can have and experience on their own. You know what I'm saying? We all don't have to play football. We all don't have to play baseball. But you walk to the store every day, or you walk inside the store every day. You go to your car every day. And so when it comes to a combat situation, it's highly unlikely that you'll start playing football at that moment. So that's a great moment that you want to have your judo handy. So Pan-Afrikan Judo is not just it's a thing where we create a game or competition for us. It's actually our self-defense.